Hello, and welcome to Colored Commentary. I'm TJ, your average fan, and I'll be talking to you today about Disney Marvel's show Loki, the season finale, episode 6. We are here. Let's get into it, shall we? Spoilers! Okay. This first, before I get into this episode, I want to tell you about this show. I think the show was great. This second season was just as interesting and engaging as the first season. I have enjoyed every bit of it. They have spent their money properly on their writers and the special effects teams and production managers. All of that stuff looked really, really good. Like I said, the writing was excellent. I was feeling it, especially this episode. We had a couple of, speechifyings going on, and I enjoyed every bit of it. At one point, because Loki is jumping around in time, he went back and had to, he went back and had himself a talk with Mobius from back when he first got there to the TVA back in season 1. And that was a good heart-to-heart right there that he had. Mobius and Sylvie had a heart-to-heart toward the end of the episode. That was really good. Loki had a heart-to-heart with, who else did he have? It was heart-to-hearts going on all over this episode. And like I said, the writing was excellent. I was feeling it. It was all good to me. What happened this episode, though, my brain hurts. I can't fathom what's going to happen to the MCU now. I mean, Loki saved timelines. That he did. But he clearly did a temporary fix on this. This was like, a temp save on your computer, and you ain't got long before, you need to put it back on the main system before you lose it altogether. That's basically what Loki did to the timelines. He made a temp save, and he's the middle of it. I mean, like, he went back in time so many times this episode. He had the heart-to-heart with He Who Remains. Yeah, we had He Who Remains in this episode. Yes, we did. Had a heart-to-heart with him. Woo, that was a good conversation. And they did some, hard explaining on some stuff. But if you really paid attention, you pretty much understood what was happening. Come to find out that the temporal loom was a fail-safe. It was always meant to blow up. Its job was to reset everything, and then He Who Remains would be back. That was his fail-safe. He knew exactly what he was doing. That was all there was to it. There was no don't kill He Who Remains and save anything. There was no fix the loom like they had been trying to do all this season and save things, because with all of Loki's time jumping, he had managed to get it done. It took him thousands of years to learn astrophysics and quantum physics and all of that stuff. That in itself was hilarious. I thought like it was going to take a few decades. No, it took him centuries to learn that crap so that he could help them get ahead, make the part they needed, and get Victor Timely in there in time. They did all of that. He managed to accomplish the task, and what did they find out? It didn't work, because it's an infinite thing. You can't. The loom will never be able to contain all of the infinite timelines that are being created exponentially. No matter how much it expands, it'll never be able to get all of them. So that's when he felt like he had lost it all. So he's like, I'll just go back to the beginning, thanks to a line that Sylvie made about He Who Remains. And then he went doing that for at least a few hundred years, trying to stop Sylvie from killing He Who Remains. It was so sad. That kind of hurt my heart a little bit, because he didn't want to kill her, and then he figured out how to pause time. Yeah, so now he paused in time. I mean, yeah, then that's when he had a couple of heart-to-hearts with Sylvie that wasn't working out. And, at one point he let her know, like, yeah, I might have to kill you, but I don't want to kill you. So I'm trying to figure out a different way. And his different way was just to blow up the loom, break it all together. Blow up the loom, you start the multiversal war, and everything goes to crap. So everybody still end up dying. So that was a conundrum that he ended up being in the end. And what does Loki do? He said, I'm going to go through with it. He decided, I'm going to go through with it. But I'm going to be the sacrifice that's necessary to make it work. This man went out there in full Loki regalia. Yes, horns, costume, outfit, looking good. It was awesome. Came out there, blew up the loom, took it apart. the timelines started dying, branches started dying immediately. They looked like crap. And then he took his powers that he now has and started energizing different timelines, charging them up, and he grabbing them as he goes. So he going. He out there in the time. He's in time. That's the best way I can describe it. And then he connects all of these branches to himself, and then he charges them up so that they can still survive. TVA still survives. The beautiful visual of it being Yggdrasil, the world tree, was awesome to behold, and he's the center of that tree, holding all of time together right now. That's just why I say it's a temp save, because he's in there, but he can't stay there forever, you know. So I don't know how Mr. Kevin Feige is going to solve this issue, but I'm very interested to see where it's going and how that's going to work out. I'm just saying. So yeah, that was crazy. So the TVA still around. Everybody's sad. Mobius went on back on the timeline to see his life, you know, because Loki basically sacrificed himself to save everything, because that was the only way to try to keep these timelines that we all knew existed with the people on that we know going. That was the only way. Literally the only freaking way, or start the process all over again with He Who Remains. And nobody wanted that. Nobody wanted that. So, wow. Yeah. It's a lot going on. They trying to work out what they can do on the timeline with the TVA. You know, so they got their offices up and running with the current knowledge. And they are actively hunting down Kang variants to try to stop them from, you know, starting this terrible, terrible war. Ravonna is in the void space. I don't know where she's at, but she's clearly face to face with Goliath. And yeah, I don't know what's going to happen to her, but I'm thinking somehow she's going to end up coming back for something. I don't know how, but I'm very interested to see what's going to happen to Ravonna, because she's still around. Miss Minute's been rebooted, and they putting in fail safes on her so to make sure she don't go crazy on their behinds again. Yeah, this was crazy. This was an awesome, awesome series. And the crazy part about it is, when Loki was first introduced into the MCU, you know, 15, 20 years ago at this point, was not one of my favorite characters. At this point, he is definitely one of my top 5 favorite characters in the MCU. Period. I love me some Loki. I love the mischief. I love the attitude. I love Tom Hiddleston playing Loki, because he gives him all the flair that he needs, especially with them hair flips. I love him. I love them hair flips. They'd be awesome, and only he could do it. I can't see nobody else doing that. Just him. This was such a great show. If you have not watched season 1 or 2, please, please treat yourself. Treat yourself to some good MCU loving and watch Loki. That is all I have to say about this series and this episode. I will see you guys next time for another one. In the meantime, have a great day.